Welcome back to the Live Better podcast, and I'm your host and Centric Senior Vice President of Marketing, Kelly Green. Today, we're diving into something exciting that's going to make managing your finances easier than ever. Centric's new online banking upgrade, Journey to Better. Join us as we dive into the second part of our two-part series, and in this episode, we'll explore what this upgrade really means for you as a business owner. We'll discuss how this new platform can streamline operations, make transactions smoother, and provide insights to help you grow. And today we'll be joined with lead expert and Centric's training manager, Casey Messer. Welcome to the Live Better podcast, Casey.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you back again for another month. So as we've talked about this too, we've discussed Journey to Better, and it is a two-part series to introduce our members to all things upgrades, what they're going to see through their mobile app changes, their mobile app upgrades, what's new to them, what maybe they never had before. And we talked a little bit about that last month, what that looks like for our members. But today we really want to focus this month's attention to what does that look like for a business member. So just maybe take us back through for those that didn't necessarily hear, who you are and what you do for us here at the credit union. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do for us, and throw in some personal information for us.
So I'm the training manager here at Centric, train and develop new staff and our existing staff. So I'm obviously a part of this big project that we're doing here at Centric, just as we get staff ready and as we work out everything to deliver this to our members. Just a little bit about me. I'm married. I have 2 kids. We're local here in West Monroe, born and raised and been here. So the community is really important to me in this area. I'm excited to be here at Centric and to be a part of this.
Oh, yeah. It's just wonderful. You've been here for many years and had the opportunity really to see our credit union evolve and work in so many different departments, but with really large initiatives and big goals. And you've been a part of those things. And I think you would agree that this program that we're doing right now will probably have lasting effects on our members.
Yeah, it will. And to that point, I think there's been members who've been here for a really long time and they've seen the evolution of it too. And they're going to be so excited to see what's coming.
I agree. It's a lot, and change is kind of awkward. We don't always enjoy change, so to speak. Some of us like it more so than others. But I think it's the biggest piece for us as a credit union is to communicate it well to our members. And we want them to understand that you're hearing about this well in advance. So the upgrades we're talking about today are really going to be live in March. We're hoping to have all things live in March 3rd, and then we'll be open for business and can answer any questions on March 4th for our members. So this will be exciting.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take it through as a business owner. Let's kind of think about, how could this new online banking platform really make managing my business easier for me?
So there are a lot of tools that are going to be added. And so as a business owner, there's a lot of things like maybe Positive Pay or even QuickBooks that you need access to and really you want to utilize to make managing your finances for your business easier, quicker, more efficient. There's also things like user management. So maybe you have a team of people working for you and they do different functions within your organization. You're going to, as a business owner, have the ability to set all that up and to manage that so that that workflow can happen seamlessly.
Oh, I love it. I think that is great. So as a business owner, we may have someone that, handles our bookkeeping, even to, how do they manage this information, a CPA.
That's right.
It could be whomever. I think what's most important too is that we think about is you can genuinely assign exactly. If you only have someone that's maybe writing a check and they're limited to say $500, you can limit that. If it is, say, you're limited to pay a utility expense or whatever that might be, you as the business owner can set those access points.
That's right.
And that security, to me, I think, that someone would really want to consider from a financial institution that's helping manage your finances. So tell us about, what tools would help your team handle transactions and approvals really, more efficiently?
So I think just kind of going back to the user management side of that, I think that really to me brings out the word efficient. Before this tool, what were you doing and what did that process look like? And so now having the ability to, from your phone or from your desktop, go in to your primary financial institution and have everything under one roof, really, is what you would call it.
Right.
And manage that, I think, is going to make it more efficient.
So if, say, me as a business owner, I have some questions about maybe a different check that came through or asking, has this check come through, or a particular transaction that maybe I'm not aware of? How might I jumpstart a conversation and just really be communicated with in the quickest way possible?
Yeah, so inside of the new app, we will have what's called conversations. You can message us and we will be able to help you with a specific transaction. So maybe you're speaking with the secretary of your organization and you're trying to understand what a particular transaction or something that came through is. Not only can you speak from business to business staff member, but you can also add in a Centric staff member. So if you have a question, you can't identify something, or you just need to ask additional questions about it, you can actually click from the transaction to talk more about what you see. If you have questions, you can attach an image or a receipt and start that conversation there.
Oh, that's wonderful. There's long gone are the days of just exchanging emails and have a delay of communication there. You can still always pick up the phone and call someone who helps manage, from the business department. You can speak with them, of course, but this is something that really dials in specifically. You're logged in through two-factor authenticator. We have the ability really and truly to identify who you are, and you can choose that transaction and immediately have a conversation about that specifically.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, go with me in my account to look at this particular month. You pull the transaction and all the data that we need is right there.
Yes.
It's not research that our members have to go through and do. It's just a click of a button. And that to me is so seamless. I love it. So, we know that there's probably some payroll systems or even accounting too for that regard. Take us through, what does that look like from a business member?
Yeah, so being able to manage the payroll from within the app or online banking is huge today, I think. So going back to the accounting side too, we're talking about user management. You can allow your CPA access and give them the access they need to view, and even have conversations with them inside of the mobile app or the online banking platform to say, hey, this is what's going on, or maybe they have questions for you on a transaction. So being able to see all of that, I think really helps.
That's amazing. You think about for tax prep, you think about if they're meeting with their CPA for maybe a purchase of a new business or a purchase of a new large item or what have you. This can be taken care of. Literally, they can take a look at the documents as necessary, review the cash flow if they need to, just by you saying, hey, we will create a login that would work for them, and they only have certain limitations.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. I think that's so great. So thinking about this too, as far as a business owner, what do they need to really anticipate, expect, and maybe how can they prepare for these upgrades?
Yeah. So one thing to anticipate, this is one of the biggest things to me, is so important, is having one login for all of these different areas that you're navigating and managing. So just keeping in mind that, it's all under one umbrella. You log in and you have all these tools at your fingertips and you can access everything. So like we're talking about, from the accounting side, talking about maybe managing your QuickBooks or your ACHs that you have. All of that is together under one roof. So when you click, you can navigate there and you don't have to worry about logging into these different areas.
That's awesome. One single login, you have access to what you need and you can take care of it there. You think of the efficiencies and the time that's going to save our business owners. And that's really what this is all about. I love it. Well, Casey, is there really anything else that maybe we've missed that our business owners would really benefit from knowing?
I just think looking forward to what's coming and, how can you use these new tools? They're coming and connect with Kalinda, who works here at the credit union. She is ready to set you up on the treasury side, the treasury management side. If that's not something that you've already engaged with us, go ahead and get that conversation going and see what options are out there and how we can set you up.
But go ahead and become a user. You can go ahead and if you're even listening and maybe you're not a member, but you're considering, maybe even opening up a business account, let's go ahead and get that started. That's one thing that's out of the way. As we mentioned earlier, we're going live March 3rd of this year, and it's important that we want to make sure that we cover anything and everything that we can ahead of time so that when we go live, you have our new mobile app, you'll register as a new user, and you're ready to go.
That's right.
I love it. Well, Casey, thank you so much for being here with us today. And also last month, as we're talking about our journey to better, but this wraps up our two-part series. So thank you for listening to our podcast, and tune back in next month for another episode of the Live Better podcast by Centric. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And to ensure you never miss out on helpful tips, like us on Facebook at Centric Federal Credit Union and find us at MyCentric on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube. You can always find more information about today's topic on our monthly blog and more at mycentric.org. Centric is federally insured by the NCUA.